They stand up for themselves. Ndumu is a good example for tonight, if we have to name and shame some of them. The people of the southern Cameroons are stronger people because they have chosen not to stand for themselves, but to stand for the weak, to stand for the oppressed, to stand for the suppressed. And from the governing council, we give you special thanks. Citizens of our land, it is sad to remark that the leaders of our revolution have now spent at least 224 days in the dungeons of La République du Cameroon because of one crime only. They dared to speak the truth that the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, your country, is indeed a country. They dared to speak the truth that more than 56 years of servitude, 56 years of oppression, 56 years of implementing a French engineered program to destroy everything in Ambazonia, is not enough. Citizens of our land, it is for that reason that from the Governing Council, His Excellency SCACUF has asked that our people continue to show support and compassion to our leaders, Dr. Barrister Bobala, Dr. Fontem Neba, Comrade Mancho BBC, Justice Aya Paul, Comrade Penn Terence, Comrade Asa Patrick Ndango, the many students that were kidnapped and are locked up in many hiding places in La République du Cameroon. The teachers of our nation abducted, some of them unaccounted for, others kept in very terrible conditions. Citizens of our land, from the Governing Council, would like to remind you that these brave ones choose justice over injustice. These brave ones choose freedom and liberty over enslavement. These brave ones choose the truth over the lie La République du Cameroon has lived in for now 56 years and more. It is for this reason, citizens of our land, that Thursday, the 31st of August 2017, was declared by the Governing Council as Solidarity Ghost Town in honor of the struggles and plight of the courageous ones holed up in jails in La République du Cameroon, our leaders and our citizens. The Governing Council had pronounced the 31st of August 2017 as a special day when the ghost had to go through all our villages and towns, because it was on that day that our leaders had to be brought into the Kangaroo court of Yaoundé. Citizens of our land, in their characteristic style, La République du Cameroon decided to bring our leaders, as we hear, not into military court again now, but into civilian courts. What a shame. Our leaders continue to be charged for trumped-up charges of secession, terrorism, and inciting violence. Let it be clear from the Governing Council that if anybody has to be charged in the context of what we call the old Cameroons with an S, that person will be the President of La République du Cameroon, Mr. Paul Biya, when he used a pen and not the voice of the people, and seceded from the illegal experiment that commenced in 1961. Law 8101 was an act of secession, interestingly, from an illegality. If anybody has to be charged for secession, it is La République du Cameroon. And precisely, the leadership of that country, and there we're talking about the two governments, its agents, and its surrogates. The people of the southern Cameroons can never secede because we have never been part of La République du Cameroon in the real sense of the word. My people, His Excellency Sisiko has told you a number of times, and our other leaders, that we were recolonized on the eve of our Independence Day, the 1st of October 1961. We were recolonized. We were invaded. It is for that reason that the people of the southern Cameroons have arisen like one man, and they have said, enough of this illegality. This experiment has failed. We are going away. We're going back into our country where we can start rebuilding our own infrastructures, our institutions, our systems, so that we can have a government that is responsible and accountable, so that we can have a government that is caring, so that we can have a government that is in touch with its people. Citizens of Ambaland, your leaders are in jail. Your leaders are in court today. Your compatriots, your sons and daughters, your husbands and fathers are in the Kangaroo courts of La République du Cameroon today. Fellow citizens of our land, we would like to remind you that the first 3 times they were dragged to court, that was in March, in April, and in May 2017. La République du Cameroon's prosecutors could not find any evidence. They could not even bring witnesses to their own courts. They could not even respect their own constitution. The right of habeas says when people are arrested, they have to appear in front of a magistrate or in court in 48 hours. So the question is, why is La République still holding our people? Why are they still holding our people? From the Governing Council, His Excellency Sisiko Ayoktabe, the voice of our struggle, the leader of our nation, sends a message to Yaoundé. Let my people go. Release our people immediately and unconditionally. You will keep hearing that from every single Southern Cameroonian until you have released all our people abducted into your country. We know that La République is preparing for war, but we want to laugh at them. We want to laugh at La République du Cameroon because our people now know you are preparing for war. Our people from Fomanji to Mamfi, our people from Wum to Mutengene, our people from Moyoka to Mbengwi, our people from Sanyeri to Kumba, our people across the villages and towns of our country. They have seen your military operations. The message to Yaoundé is, you will use your own bullets on your own selves. The message to Yaoundé is, in your own midst, there are still people who fear God and understand justice. They will use your own guns against you. To our people, we want to tell you from the Governing Council that during a struggle, one of the most important tools you must never depart away from is discipline. One of the most important tools you must never depart from is discipline. So especially to our people in the homelands, His Excellency and the leadership of our country from the Governing Council, they send special salutation to you. They send special words of thanks to you across the 13 counties of our nation. They tell you to remember our strategy to restoration. The one strategy that would frustrate this government and make them go mad. And we can see in the things they are doing lately, in the confusion, that they are beginning to lose their brains. Citizens of our land, that strategy is non-violence. Non-violence. You must remember you have something La République du Cameroon doesn't have. That thing is called people power. When the people are resolved, when the people are determined, no amount of guns, no amount of bombs, no amount of military brutality can overcome their resolve. Citizens of our land, what you need to free a country is just 5% of its people to decide that enough is enough. Just 5. When you look at the population of the southern Cameroons, you need just about 400,000 people to say enough is enough. And the question we're asking you from the governing council is, how many southern Cameroonians have said enough is enough? 400,000? Definitely no. 700,000? Definitely no. 2 million? 4 million? You will agree with me that the vast majority of our people have come to the end of the road, and they have decided that nothing will stop this train until we host a flamboyant and declare, free at last, we are free. And it is for that reason we tell our people in the homelands that remain focused. The strategy is non-violence. Partasang sends a message to you today that the strategy is non-violence. What you must do is abandon the streets to them and be in your houses. Abandon the streets to them and be in your houses. We ask our people not even to throw a stone on them, because that's what they're looking for. These are bloodthirsty vampires waiting for the blood of people to suck. And we declare from the governing council that we will not release our people for you to continue to brutalize them. We declare from the governing council that our people have rejected your rule, our people follow the instructions of the governing council, and our people will remain on the train of non-violence. And to citizens of Ambazonia, let it be known that the world is watching. You might think nothing is happening. Please, know the world is watching. I hope you know that the United Nations is in La République and in Ambazonia as we speak. They are watching how paralyzed this government is. They are watching how much we are frustrating them. And we ask upon you that this war will not be won with guns and bullets. This will be won with our resolve to frustrate the occupier and push them out of our land. We want to assure you to believe that. That of all the strifes that have happened in many countries, non-violence dominates 2:1. Putting it in mathematical terms, of the 100 uprisings you've had in the world, about 67 of them have been won through non-violence means, and just 33 of them, on average, through violence means. And there's no reason for us to go to war with La République du Cameroon, because we were not a captured people. We were forced by the UN to have independence and then join them. So if we say that this partnership is over, we cannot see why this should resort to war. So citizens of our land, the message is non-violence. We know that as they throw their brutal gendarmes, militaries in our land, they will get back to rape and abuse our people. Many of them are carriers, HIV carriers. We ask upon you to stay at home. Don't drink in bars. Just stay at home. Don't stay alone. Make sure you buy your whistles. That is the most powerful tool we will use. And the moment you hear whistles, we want you to follow the direction of the sound and make sure that the echoes towards that direction become so intense. Of course, as Ambazonians, you know what to do. The rule from the governing council is you cannot allow any of our people to be arrested again. The Tico airport being revamped, as we are told. The Bafut airport are used as arenas to abduct a pupil and fly them off without using our roads. So we ask upon you to be vigilant. Citizens of our land, as part of our non-violence campaign, ghost towns have been biting. Ghost towns have been biting. Pronouncements of 3-day ghost towns were met, and you, our people, asked the governing council to revise that. That was revised to 1 day a week, Mondays. We want to salute all our people across Ambazonia, in all our 13 counties, for observing the ghost town of Monday, that of yesterday to be very precise. It was 110% successful. We want to repeat again from the governing council that that's law in our land, that the ghost towns are an alternative to street protests that would give these criminals an opportunity to shoot down at our people. So remember that one of the strategies behind ghost towns is to keep your husbands and wives and children safe. Make sure you respect them. The governing council equally indicated that during special occasions, special ghost towns will be announced. Yes, La République du Cameroon thinks they are smart. They probably suspected that we will be releasing the ghosts on Thursday. And so they decided to drag our leaders and our people into the kangaroo courts today. Remember, His Excellency SCACUF, leader of our nation, signed a communique declaring Thursday a ghost day. So on Thursday, we will be having a Mami Water ghost town across the southern Cameroons. Stay indoors. Lock all shops. No taxis. No Okada drivers. Nothing on our streets. Nothing. Why is this ghost town particularly important? We want to show support. We want to show compassion. We want to show solidarity to our brothers, to our fathers that are in La République du Cameroon jails. We want to hold firm to the words that come from our leaders in jail. Words of encouragement that we must never give up. In the many letters they have written, they have sent one unanimous message, that we are here because of our desire for a free Ambazonia. And no matter what happens, do not take federation. Make sure we go back to our country, because we can never trust La République. We can never trust this union again. Citizens of our land, I would like you to remember the quote by freedom fighter, Comrade Asa Patrick Ndango, that if staying in this bunker without water, electricity, without light, under terrible toiletry conditions, means paying the ultimate price, which includes death, in order to guarantee the freedom of our motherland, Ambaland, let it be so. If our compatriots in the dungeons under terrible conditions can know that the promise is true, can make a deliberate effort, even at the cost of their own lives, in those kind of conditions, citizens of our land, what about you and me? What about you and me? We send this message that let it be a real ghost. Real ghost. We hear that La République du Cameroon agents are now sending messages around the globe, threatening some of us that they have sent mercenaries to kill us, to slaughter us and to murder us. Let us warn La République du Cameroon. You can kill the flesh, but you can never kill the indomitable spirit, the unquenchable thirst for freedom and liberties in the southern Cameroons. Let us send a message to Yaoundé that the dawn has come. Let us send a message to Yaoundé that the freedom of Ambaland has come. And no amount of brutality, no amount of intimidation, no amount of kidnapping, no amount of senselessness is going to stop the Amba people from walking into a free land. So let it be known that we are not scared of death. Let it be known that we're not scared of your brutality. Let it be known that from the governing council, if there's anything we fear the most, it is betraying the just cause for which our people are fighting. It is betraying our people. It is betraying this unquenchable thirst for freedom and liberty in our people. That is what we fear. We fear letting down our people. We fear betraying the confidence they have put in our hands to take them into a free country. So let it be known that we're not scared of Yaoundé. We will never be scared of Yaoundé, and nothing will stop us from freeing our people. You did your experiment by sending your slave boys around the world to go around and corrupt people with fake information that all was well in Cameroon, that schools had resumed, and that ghost towns had ended, that those in exile had come back and life had come to normal. You received your Waterloo, La République du Cameroon and Yaoundé. You came back into the country. You have started again on the same train. We want to send a message to the frustrated and corrupt government delegate of the Bamenda City Council, Vincent Ndumu Nji. We want to send a very special warning to you. You must never play with the liberty of our people. You must never play with the freedom of our people. You should first and foremost remember that you are not an elected official. You are a colonial administrator forced upon our people. In our Anglo-Saxon tradition, in Ambaland's tradition, those we respect that lead our cities are elected mayors, not government delegates, not Yaoundé appointees who are sent in as colonial administrators to implement diabolic plans of an invader. Our people welcome you with a baptism of fire, which is the truth, at the Bamenda Congress Hall. From the governing council, His Excellency and the leadership of our movement, send special thanks to all the people of the Bamenda city, to all the people of Abakwa, to traders, taxi drivers, Okada riders, to farmers, to citizens of the town. We are very proud of you, that in the midst of their corrupt and diabolic acts, in the midst of their guns, you looked at Ndumu in the face of the invader in that meeting, and you sent them the message that you did not call the meeting. He called the meeting to pass a message, but his message has been rejected. That the Ambazonian people are one and indivisible. Yes, not Cameroon. That the Ambazonian people are one and indivisible. That we follow leadership and we follow one direction. And that the call is simple. Free all our leaders if you want to talk to us. If you want to talk about schools reopening, if you want to talk about the end of ghost towns, we're not sure under whose jurisdiction you want that to be. But start by freeing all our leaders. Pulo Pearl of Abakwa, we are very proud of you. You are true warriors of our revolution. You are exemplary. You demonstrated what we indeed declare regularly from the governing council, that of non-violence, that we are people who are ready to engage. If you want to talk to us, we are ready to talk to you. What we want you to do is to engage us honestly and freely. To Mr. Ndumu from the governing council, we give you a message. that so long as you remain a colonial administrator of that city appointed by an invader, you have an international obligation to focus on service delivery. You have an international obligation to make sure that our people get electricity in their houses, that our people get water in their houses. You have an international obligation to make sure that as stinking cities become livable cities, that we don't have dead littered everywhere, that we don't have potholes everywhere on our streets. That is the same reason why the Ambazonian people have said, this rocky road has come to an end. So, Mr. Vincent Dumonji, you know the right thing. You called upon the people of the Bamenda city to send their children to school. We ask you to take your own children to school. Mr. Ndumo, if you're best, we ask you to open your own shops. Let it be known that from the governing council, we have always preached a message of peace because we know that our people follow our orders. Let it be known that our people have willingly decided that the ghost towns will be very effective because they are ghost towns to liberate them. Let it be known that our people have decided that so long as our leaders are holed up in your stinking jails, so long as children of school-going kids, of school-going ages, are still holed up in your stinking jails, so long as teachers, the pen-terrorancies of this world, still remain as a kidnapped people, there can be no discussion, especially with the government of La Republique du Cameroon, about the resumption of schools. Citizens of our land, two key messages from here. The first message is that La Republique du Cameroon has declared that schools will begin on the 4th of September 2017. Citizens of our land, that is next week. And you know what to do. You know what to do. The instruction from the governing council, the leaders you have chosen to pilot this revolution, is that there will be no schools resuming anywhere on the Southern Cameroon territory. There will be no schools resuming in Amber land this September. So, on the eve of the 4th of September, which is the 3rd of September, remember to tie white pieces of cloth on the trees, around your house, on your fences, on your gates, and stay indoors. We want your children safe. Stay indoors. If you decide to take your children out of your house, that is at your own risk. It means you want yourself, your children, and the colonizers to do pala-pala on our streets. But from the governing council, we want our people safe. Stay indoors. That day, we call it the crossover day. Because on that day, the people of Ambaland, from Bali to Ekona, from Liongo to Santa, across our national territory, will send a final message of defense to Yaoundé that finally we've crossed over. Yes, that message will be sent to Yaoundé because our people have spoken. Our people continue to send messages of support as well as warning messages to the governing council not to change tune, that there can be no schools in our land because we are tired of our children being mistaught, being miseducated by this regime. At 5 p.m. on the afternoon of the 4th, citizens of our land, your whistles will send another message to the colonizer. You will blow your whistles like you have never blown them before. I can feel the air in a corner. I can feel the air in Kumba. I can feel the air in Kumbu. I can feel the air in Woomon that day. I can feel colonial administrators getting the echoes from your own houses, from your bedrooms, that we have finally declared and shown you that the Southern Cameroons is controlled by Southern Cameroonians and not Ambazonians. That will be a true day of people power. And from the governing council, we've got trust in you. Fellow citizens of our land, we give you thanks. Remain defiant. We have a right to resist the oppressor till the last man standing. You listened to a passionate presentation by the head of Education Ministry and head of the Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia Education Board, Professor Elizabeth. She gave you the Ambazonian educational blueprint. She told you in those uncertain terms that in reality, her team, one of the best, is putting together an educational paradigm second to none on the African continent. That the policy speaks to educational zoning, it speaks to teacher training, it speaks to quality education for quality life and employability, it speaks to an accountable teaching force, it speaks to commitment by the teaching corps, it speaks to the recruitment of people that have a calling to transform the youths of our nation. Citizens of our land, we want to assure you that the promise of a better education from the governing council, from the interim government of the Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia is real. Your people are scattered around the world as economic refugees because of the lack of opportunity in that hell. Your people around the world have been like students Singapore and other models put together make the Ambazonia educational model a very unique one. So when will schools begin in the Southern Cameroons? The message from the Southern Cameroons Governing Council is that will be soon. What we need to do for now is we need to focus on our victories over the next 32 days towards the 1st of October. Freedom. Freedom to live. Freedom to live under a secured environment. Freedom to speak out your mind. Freedom of speech, of association, and of assembly. Those are the first fundamental human rights. That should be our first focus. And before or just after the 1st of October, you will then get a clear blueprint on an educational story. You will have a clear timetable, and at that time you'll be in a country where you will plan your future. You will recruit those to implement your own dreams. You will monitor what they do, and you will hold them accountable. We are tired of a corrupt educational system where the power to buy your place and become an educator is superior to the power of your will and determination to contribute to build a better set of citizens for the world. So there will be no schools resuming anywhere on the Southern Cameroon's territory, Ambazonia, in September. Our people have spoken. Citizens of Ambaland, you also know that the 72nd regular session of the United Nations General Assembly will be taking place in New York from the 12th to the 25th of September 2017. The theme of this General Assembly is a very interesting one, focusing on people, striving for peace and a decent life for all on a sustainable planet. Wow. Wow. The theme is so timely. The theme is rooted into our struggle. And coupled to that, the United Nations will be discussing an agenda item on self-determination. And the people of the Southern Cameroons have a right to separate. They have a right to self-determination. So the Governing Council then says, our people in the United States, across that mighty country, must camp in front of the New York General Assembly meeting venue from the 12th to the 25th of September, carrying a message or messages, carrying the pictures of all our abducted leaders that still remain holed up in the dungeons of the criminal terrorist regime's country, carry the pictures of our girls that were raped in the University of Boyan, carry pictures of our citizens that were brutally shot in their genitals, in their brains, carry pictures of Akum Julius and all our people brutally maimed by this government. Ngala 4 said we should not only take pictures of our leaders and our people that have been murdered within the last 10 months. We must get pictures of those that have been abused and killed in jail, those that were kidnapped and locked up over several years, leaders like Fongoji Dinka, Ambassador Fosong, that were forced into exile, leaders like Patasang, leaders like John Ba Akuru, leaders like Prince Akere, all of these, Naloa, Barrister Naloa, B, and the rest, we must have their pictures. We must make it so difficult for any delegation living in La République du Cameroon going into that meeting. We must be so visible that the United Nations would have no choice but to force the Southern Cameroon question onto the agenda. We call upon country leaders across the globe to equally make sure that the citizens in your different countries, in Europe, in Canada, in Africa, in Australia, equally camp in front of United Nations offices in your different countries, as well as in front of key strategic country embassies and missions like the US, like Britain, like France, like Germany, and you name the rest. This is our hour. This is the season. You and I have been called upon to contribute a bit to end the misery of our people. And the least we can do is to show such defiance. Citizens of our land, this is the moment. We would like to take this opportunity from the Southern Cameroon's Governing Council to celebrate the task force we have at the Southern Cameroon Broadcasting Corporation. Citizens of our land, the gentlemen that have been behind this great national asset, work 28 hours a day. These gentlemen have stopped working. All they do is they send out messages to our people and they counter the propaganda of La République du Cameroon by sharing the facts of our story. And you will agree with all our leaders and our people that the SCBC has now made the story of our struggle to be known by our people. That the SCBC has made our people to pick up the facts and realize that it is very sad that up until this day, the president of La République du Cameroon has not been bold enough to stand up and admit that La République du Cameroon has been living for 6 years. That La République du Cameroon, as an invader, has been telling its people a lie and teaching its people the wrong history of our two countries. Through SCBC, you've heard your own story, and many of our people have been radicalized by this story, and they have said the truth is intoxicating, that it is for that truth that many of them have now converted from being unionist, federalist, to Southern Cameroon nationalist. Citizens of our land, when you become a nationalist, you become free. When you become a nationalist, you gain a kind of freedom that you will never understand when you are a slave. It is better to fight for justice than support, than project, pretend and hide over injustice because you are scared that you might die, you might be arrested, or that your slavery could end. Citizens of our land, we send a message from the Governing Council that we still respect the positions that many of you hold, federalist and nationalist. We understand that many of you have reasons for holding those positions, but let it be known that history will judge you. Let it be known that at a time in history when the struggle chose you and you not choosing the struggle, you decided to side with the oppressor. You decided to side with the invader. You decided to side with those that have enslaved your people and promised the same enslavement because they continue to kidnap our people and take them to unknown destinations. It is for that reason that from the Governing Council, we want to again thank all of you in the homelands and in the diaspora. All of you listening to me right now, we want to thank you for your resolve and determination. We say, fear not and be courageous, because the Amber promise is real, and Ambazonia will be free. Nobody can stop that. Thank all the frontline movements for all the work they're doing. His Excellency Sisikwa Yoktabe, leader of our nation, is currently doing a war tour. That war tour, the United Nations General Assembly coming up, the opening of schools, or rather the shutting down of schools, have so scared this government that they are losing their brains. I want to even believe that the presentation by the chairperson of the Southern Cameroon's Ambazonian Governing Council, Prof. Zambe Ryder, probably caused this government so much panic that their parrot, Minister of Special Lies, Manipulation and Propaganda, Mr. Issa Chiruma, shamelessly went on to their TV or signed a phony communique that called SCBC, a radio TV station of the SCNC. Mr. Minister, SCBC is an asset of the Southern Cameroon's people. It's an asset of the Ambazonian people. And in your press release, you banned the SCBC. Mr. Minister and the government of La Republique du Cameroon, we know why you banned the SCBC. You banned the SCBC because the people of the Southern Cameroons have chosen the truth over lies. They have chosen a channel that tells them the truth. They have chosen a channel that will liberate them. You will never take away the SCBC from the Southern Cameroon's people. You will never do that, no matter what you do. The banning makes your government rider fools. It really exposes you. Let us give you a message from the Governing Council that our people had long banned CRTV. They no longer watch them in their houses again. So, the banning of SCBC is probably a publicity stunt for your people. But let it be known that a lot of citizens of La Republique du Cameroon that test for the truth have indeed put SCBC in their houses. Mr. Minister, we hear you have one in your house as well. We ask you to listen to it because knowledge is power, and knowledge will set you free. The Southern Cameroon's people, we ask you to prepare against any diabolic attempt by this government. Ensure that you download the SCBC TV app on Google stores onto your phones, so that in the event where the diabolic plan of blackening our territory again by cutting off internet comes in, you will still be able to get our messages. We ask upon you now to go to the website of the Southern Cameroon's people, www.SCACUF.org. Register yourself and start paying your citizen levy, making contributions to support our teachers, support our lawyers, support our citizens that have been on exile, and most importantly, load that platform with all your numbers. The moment there's a blackout in Southern Cameroon, we assure you, the communication ministry of the Southern Cameroon's Ambazonian Governing Council will ensure on a daily basis you get messages that direct you on what to do with regard to our struggle. The next 32 days are too important for any of us to be idle. The next 32 days are too important for any of us not to be very focused. The next 32 days are too important for any of us not to be very strategic. So we ask our people to stay focused. His Excellency Sisiku and the leadership of the Governing Council have continued their war tour. They have visited a number of countries in the diaspora. This week they're in Europe. And this tour is themed the Unity Tour, because we understand that the biggest weapon that will help us cross into Amber land quicker than anybody can imagine is unity, is oneness. That's when all our people in all our formations speak one language. We ask citizens of the Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia to look into the works of SCACUF, of the Governing Council, and be very critical of us. Hold us accountable if we make any mistakes. But citizens, remember that while you hold us accountable, you have a choice to either make destructive contributions or constructive contributions. Those who make constructive contributions are with the people of Ambazonia. They are with those that are in jail. They are with the suffering masses of our people that are holed up under the terrorist acts of La Republique du Cameroon. Those who make destructive pronouncements are with the oppressor. We want to forgive all that have done destructive or made destructive comments that do not unite our people. Let it be known that when you have a new leadership, you've got to give the new leadership a chance. Most importantly, don't ask the new leadership what they have done for you. Ask yourself what you have done, so that with the new leadership, this struggle can be pushed ahead. If there are any weaknesses, don't go onto social media and get into a popularity stunt. This is not the time for politics. This is the time to unify and sacrifice for our people. It is for that reason that we thank all our citizens, all our leaders, and all our people who, rather than criticizing, make countless contributions behind the scenes that many of you listening now do not even know. Those are the real fighters Those are the real liberators of our struggle. We send a message of unity again to all our frontline movements, to the SCNC, to SCACUF, to the Republic of Ambazonia, to the AGC, to the SCYL, to Morisk, to different Southern Cameroon formations under different country leaders in the different countries where our people have consolidated themselves around the world. Unite around the governing council. Make contributions behind the scene. Let's come out as one man and conquer this animal. It's 32 days. And over the next 32 days, the governing council declares peace. And let there be peace in our lands and across all our frontiers. We take this moment to celebrate some of our wonderful leaders. We will not be able to mention all of them, but you know yourself, because pronouncing your name is not the most important thing. What is important are your sacrifices and the things you have done for our people. We thank the father of our revolution, Fongoji Dinka. You are special. You always remain very special to the people of Ambazonia. We thank Dr. Fofo Ngala, head of the 1st of October, Liberation, Freedom, or Restoration Committee for the wonderful work you are doing and the wonderful work you've continued to do. God bless you. We thank our father, revolutionary leader, Pa Molanjo Litumbe. You are one of a kind. I followed up your last address to your people. In your 90s, you speak better than young people at 30s. But one thing struck me. You said all your contemporaries have gone. You do not know why you are still alive. But if there's one thing you are sure of, you know God has kept you to be there and hold the hands of your people into a free Ambazonia. That until Ambazonia is free, you will go nowhere. Papa, we salute your courage. We thank you so much for the wonderful work you're doing. We thank Ambassador Fossong. You remain resolute. You remain the father of our nation. Who can forget the wonderful work you have done? You are still on exile because of this struggle. But we promise you as the young generation of today that you will continue to hold our hands into the United Nations, to hold our hands as we get to have meetings with strategic governments, and you will hold our hands as we host our flag in Boya and sing, free, free, at last we are free. Citizens of our land, we address you today with a lot of joy. We address you with a lot of excitement. We address you with a lot of passion because we can see that truly freedom is coming. No one should doubt it. No one should be intimidated. No one should dream of postponing this. Rather, we ask upon you, the citizens of our land, to continue to be ambassadors and crusaders of our drive to freedom. Extend a hand of love to our compatriots that are still with the colonizer. We ask upon you to extend a hand of love to Ndumu for status, and the many of his likes that, like the Atanga Ponjis. One day, not too long from now, they will be the crusaders of a one and indivisible Ambazonia. They will shun the unionist stand in public, and they will declare that truly we lied and made mistakes, and Ambazonia is a free country. Citizens of our land, let's do this for Bala. Citizens of our land, let's do this for Justice Aya Paul. Citizens of our land, let's do this for Dr. Fontaine. Let's do this for Mancho BBC. Citizens of our land, let's do this for Comrade Asa Patrick Dango and the 11 apostles of our struggle. Let's do this for all our people that have been discriminated upon over the last 56 years, that have been forced into exile, that have not been able to reach their dreams, that have been put under very miserable conditions, that have been made subhuman beings in a country they used to call their own. It is for that reason that from the Governing Council we promise you that Amber Land is real and freedom we will get. Citizens of Amber Land, we thank you for listening. God bless you. God bless the Southern Cameroons, and God bless Amber Land. Thank you very much. And now an open room for questions, for answers and comments. When you call from around the globe, from the homelands, from the diaspora, please give us your name, your location, and give us a message. This is Press Hour. Send a message to Chiruma that SCBC is alive and strong, and there's nothing they will do to that. That our resolve to free our people is unshakable. There's nothing they will do to that. That we are stronger people because we're not defending our salaries and the corrupt packages. We are standing for the weak and oppressed people of our land. Ambazonian people are proud people. We are determined. Citizens of our land, the lines are open. We have been having some technical glitches. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you clearly in studio. Please carry on.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Please carry on. We lost that caller. We want you to continue to be in prayers. Citizen, hello. All right, I think we lost the caller. Please keep the calls coming. 32 days to our restoration day. Hello, caller.
Yeah, this is to Christian calling from Bafut.
Christian from Bafut, greetings. Please carry on.
Please, we just want to thank you for the great work that you have been doing.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, we are very grateful, and may God continue to embrace you and give you.
Thank you so much. And we extend the thanks to the millions of our people doing the same. Hello, caller.
Yes.
Greetings. You are very clear in studio. Carry on, please. Hello, caller.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Milton, my spokesman. This is Uncle.
Hello, Uncle P. Always a wonderful pleasure hearing from you. Where were you last time? Please
so
carry
glad.
on.
It's a pleasure to see the great work, the great job people are doing.
Thank you, brother.
You see, yes. Let's get into Pidgin.
Talk for Pidgin.
I want to take this opportunity to thank the brothers and sisters who were in the town hall in Bamenda.
Okay.
Yes, because what they did there, it is so courageous and so nice.
Yeah.
To tell the Mr. Ndumu man that the government delegates position he is holding is not a position that we need it in our new country, and it's not a position that is in any place in this world. That when people vote a leader, the government takes somebody to keep upon those leaders and neutralize the powers of the leader voted by the people.
Yeah.
You see?
True.
So I am so glad of what they did.
Yeah.
And then, Mr. Milton, if time permits, I want to go down to Ndop.
Okay.
My own county.
Okay.
I go down from my own country.
Talk for your people, then. You be permitted.
Yesterday, from the whole day, helicopter they fly for intimidate the people.
Okay.
Helicopter they fly everywhere throughout Gokutunja for intimidate the people.
Okay.
I just tell my brothers and sisters from Gokutunja say, we are not supposed to fear anything. We are remain on the inside house.
Yeah.
Man no come move on the outside for shoot una. Time could reach that fuel they put on that helicopter, I go finish and no get away to get that money to buy that fuel. And they will carry themselves with disgrace, they go them away.
Absolutely. Absolutely, brother.
No man, no panic. Always the one person that say will get panic in us.
Yes.
Me no person, no fear. And then for come back again for ghost town for inside in Dom in my own country. Now why I always talk about that place.
Yeah.
And now the same example everywhere for we homeland.
Yes.
Me they put eye for all the people the way they disrespect ghost town. And then they remind them again, say, we know them.
Yes.
Me, Uncle P, I've been dog picking. And I know every con, have you stand up, have you walk out with my eyes closed inside dog?
Yeah.
I know go lost road. And inside any village, inside Otunya, I know go lost road.
Yeah.
So me, they tell people and say, we know them. If they're there for our country, they're there for our homeland, they need to respect with laws. When things don't happen for them, we no go, they not cry.
Yeah.
No, but we go harm them.
Yeah.
That's true. Their own people don't harm them, but say we don't harm them.
Yeah.
Me they know say some of those places they burn na the public government they do them.
Yeah.
So they respect the ghost town.
Yeah.
They respect the ghost town because they live for foreign land. Ma talk so for them. They live for foreign land.
Yes. Yes.
And if I mean they respect the rules of that land.
Absolutely.
And then I want plead again. I want beg again and picking them. Picking them. And picking them for all over for West Cameroon land.
Yeah.
Me they know say before this people want come with a corruption them. They want come to corrupt our chiefs them.
Yeah.
Now we be the put of our chiefs. At the back with my brothers when I hear my voice. For every village, whether not for Ngokutunja or not for now from Bengri for any side, for Southwest. We'll try for 3 more steps again to begin support our children financially.
Yeah.
So our children will be dependent for this corrupt government.
Yeah.
Because the system for the government say when they don't use more money, they hold it for neck.
Yeah.
You don't ever see far away chop popcorn when they fry them, they hang for that far away neck. That's what the people they do with our children.
Absolutely.
They give them small, they give them small money, they give them, they don't already buy their conscience. But if we sons and daughters of Southern Cameroon or West Cameroon, if we come up, stand together, we build ourselves, try to support our children. Our children could leave that for their government.
Absolutely.
They will come turn back for them. You see what they do? They first buy our children. You know what will happen before Mr. Milton?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's simple. Dispute that will be resolved by the chief inside palace.
Yeah.
You know we see flag they fly for Chief Palace.
Yeah.
You know we see flag fly inside Chief Palace anywhere for the Republic.
Yeah.
Now the government don't use that thing now for make them put our chiefs in bondage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then our chiefs they go get back their rights because chiefs don't get power now.
Yeah.
And we for West Cameroon chiefs we get powers. So me the chiefs that they hear my voice too. Mbare them. When I hear my voice too.
True.
We be when I picking them.
True. True.
We'll build ourselves back. We'll come back. Give una power back.
Thank you.
So that una could get that dignity again. Where person will leave chief, respect that chief. Person don't fight for bar with chief. Person don't talk again for chief. You talk with chief again carelessly. Now we now gonna punish you now for that prison because we be people with respect.
Absolutely, Uncle P. I think a wonderful point that I would like to emphasize on top small. Thank you so much. Say, may we chief the year from where we fund them. Say we be ready for give back on our dignity and on our respect. We call with people that may they start support, we chief them and fund them. We tell we fund them, may they take their rightful place, start protect with people them. Uncle P, very good message. And I'm glad say you don't talk to your people from Dob and Okutunja. Say may they not fear that helicopter them without gun them around because that one are just for test whether they get enough resolve for stay the cost to the 1st of October. I want to really thank you and use the opportunity for equally thank Dr. Success where we send a message, the head of the Oyomajok Defense Force, for the people of Manu. Say, school no fit open on the 4th of September. So any of the people then, when I take the responsibility, send the same message to the people around where you come from. Of course, with people that already buy the instruction, may be so good when they get that support from their own leader then. Uncle P, thank you very much.
I should get something concerning the schools.
Okay.
For teach for free for any technical institution.
Wonderful.
I don't learn for Germany. I don't do all things. I've been able to teach for free, and I saw so many there for sacrifice for homeland. So many that no leave at me any school open with picking or continue with this so we picking come up permanent school, you know, free read and write.
Yes.
If
Yes.
it's poor, I thank you plenty, my brother, and for everywhere for southern Cameroon land.
Well, Uncle P, thank you so much. And I think when I listen to you, I'm glad because when we head of state be addressed me the first time, it been say all we for diaspora, God don't help, He don't empower we so much. Move prepared to come back home, can build a wonderful Ambazonia. And again, I'm glad what you talk because with people that in the homelands, they get for no. So we get a better educational alternative, nothing what they do, nothing what they imagine them. May they get confidence. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. All right. I'm not sure the caller is getting us. We have another caller. Hello, caller.
Yes, this is Mr. Ebai, Dr. Ebai from U.S.
Dr. Ebai from the U.S. Greetings, sir. Please carry on.
Yeah, I just want that, well, we're trying to coordinate everything here, but what I want to say is that we are actually sending a message back home to make sure that the people should be resolute.
Wonderful.
Yes. For me, I was a former chairman of SCNC in Boya.
Okay.
So I don't hide my identity. And we must take back our land.
Wonderful.
Something that we've been fighting. Something that we've been fighting for more than, I've been fighting for more than 15 years now.
Wonderful.
And I was charged the same charge as what Bala and all the rest were in jail in Boya, the same thing.
Okay.
So, yes, I was jailed because of this struggle.
Wonderful.
So we have to. It's not something, if I were there, I would have still been, I wouldn't have had what I have today.
Yes.
Because they are obstructing every Southern Cameroonian not to achieve the success that they want.
Yes.
They don't, those people don't love us. They don't love us. If they love us, they would have solved this problem.
Absolutely.
What I was seeing 15 years ago, a lot of people were not seeing it. Just now that maybe Mark Barretta and all, those are my younger people who were following me.
Yeah.
And I was telling them this thing, they could not believe me until now they are already leaders in this struggle.
Absolutely.
So, Tell our people, I come from Akwaya, and
Okay.
I want my Akwaya people to hear this,
Wonderful.
that they should be strong. They
Yes.
should be strong. Aya must be released.
Yes.
We must gain our country back. We
Mm.
have no union. And let me just tell you that I've written something about your national identity almost 10 years ago, which some of those lawyers are bearing you, knows about it. He was my lawyer, my advocate,
Okay.
when I was locked up in Boya.
Okay.
So, yes, he knows me. They call me Mr. Bai, was the former chairman of SNC Boya. Dr. Fongalampo knows me.
Yes.
Please, I don't hide myself.
Mm.
La Republic must get out of Tongalam. We have suffered a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, we suffer a lot. We have a lot of students who are from university. I have a lot of students from university that are paid money. I actually paid money for them to go to University of Boya to graduate, but they have no jobs.
Absolutely.
They keep on calling us to send money. Are we banks?
Mm.
We are not banks.
Absolutely.
So how can we live such a life that people graduate from university and they come out and they don't do anything?
Mm.
They sit and waiting for us abroad
Yes.
to give them money.
Mm. That's painful.
Let me just end here that my people, I know La Republic is hearing me and everybody is hearing me.
Mm.
They should actually see that they should get out of our land.
Absolutely.
We want our land back.
Mm.
We want our land back.
Mm.
Yes, since they don't want to, we were trying to get a federation, but they don't want a federation. If you don't want a federation, you lost people because of federation, and you don't have a treaty of union with us.
Yeah.
So what is the essence?
Mm.
That you have to take us in board. Are we slaves?
Mm. Mm.
Can they give an account for what they have been taking from CDC?
Yeah.
For the past, how many years? Since 1976, when I was born?
Mm.
They cannot.
Mm.
So why should we have resources and they don't give us those resources? They don't even give us 10% of those resources.
Yes.
They even modernize us.
Mm.
So
Wow.
I have to thank my people, Don't Wanna Be, and those who are listening here. Those are my guys.
Okay.
Mark, my little people, Mark Barretta, some other people that they should hold it firm.
Yeah.
Some of us are behind. I'm not behind the scene because I public know me. They see my Facebook profile every day. I've argued with some of them that our history, I know my history more than some of those people know because I've written something about it.
Okay.
About your national identity.
Okay.
And which is, actually educated a lot of people back home and so on. Please let no young, whether they call us activists or Southern Cameroonians, should run away from this. Everybody should come together. And let me remind you, Milton.
Yes.
The video which was circulating around, talking about SCACUF and what are 7 members or whatever, let them, the person who is putting, those guys who are putting those videos online, I want to advise them that if they have any grievances, they should channel to you guys internally. Let you guys resolve the problem.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of showing up everybody because now internet is cheap. You just have to throw anything and people begin to comment on it.
Yeah.
And some are saying, I will not pay money to SCACUF because of this. I've been contributing. Anybody who does not contribute to SCACUF, it means he doesn't want us to move forward.
Yeah.
And everybody should contribute. If you want liberation is not cheap. We have to. Thank you very much, Milton, and thank you for your job. You are doing great. You are doing great. You are doing great. I applaud your efforts. Thank you.
Dr. Ebai, former chairperson of SCNC Boya, what an inspiring one. We thank you so much.
Greet my people in Boya. Greet my people in Boya who are hearing me.
Okay. All right.
Yes, all my people in Boya, they should take it up. They should take it up, man.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Ambas citizens in Boya, in Akwaya, across the national territory. That was Dr. Ebai, one of us who was locked up by this terrorist government. His message is very clear. We want our land back and nobody must give up. Thank you so much. Next caller, please. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yeah, you're very clear. Good evening.
This is Macronald from Bamenda.
Okay.
Yeah. What do I want for this problem? Like what we passed today for Bamenda here. We don't try for me, la Republic knows me. No, not the way we here because we get a leadership. We get a governing council, we get government, we get president already, we get man we lead we for anything we want to do.
Yeah.
So we don't know why we and how if it stop we for do anything we want to do at the southern Cameroon.
Yes.
But for Panama goes down like any problem not only because we get bad blood we mix inside we southern Cameroonians. We know that one. Goes down if you ever take 100% for inside Ambazonia because of this bad blood we don't mix inside we.
Yeah.
But they try to prove for themselves, even they do not wait. So far as for the southern Cameroonians, we go respect our leader and we go do what we our leader talk and it go be so.
Absolutely.
Yes. So all that kind of thing then. Anyhow, we just time we are plenty for outside the way we are struggle for the work. We give una time to take God put on the front for this struggle. We really take God put on the front for this struggle.
No, thank you.
Thank you very much. Plenty.
Thank you so much from Bamenda. We again send special words of thanks for all we people, them especially commercial traders inside Abakwa. When I be do a wonderful thing, when I don't hear from my brother again, the message be very clear. We get president, we get government, and only them will hear from. Thank you so much. Next caller, please. Hello, caller.
Hello, sir.
I greet you, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm Mr. Neil from Bello.
Wonderful. Nice to hear from you, brother. Oh, we lost that caller. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller.
I'm fine, sir.
Yes. Please, carry on. You are clear. Oh, we lost that caller again. We have another caller. Hello, caller. Damn, we lost that caller. We have another caller. Hello, caller. Caller, please switch off your TV or your receiver. We lost that caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. We lost that caller. The lines are still up in. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes, you're very clear. Please carry on.
Hello?
Hello, you're clear. Please carry on.
Hello?
I can hear you. Carry on.
Yes, I just want to say that this is Mr. Chair from Bamenda.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, we just want to say that the parliamentarian of Balikumbat is going around buying books, sharing it in Balikumbat schools to read. We should just warn him because I'll personally attack him.
Okay. Mr. Parliamentarian from Balikumbat, you heard the message directly. We know you watch this thing even more than true citizens of our land. Our people are in charge. That is the key message. We have another caller. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, caller. All right. If you could switch your TV or receiver so that you can be clearer in studio. Anybody who calls, please do that. Switch off your TV or receiver. Give us your name, location, message, or question. The lines are still open. Hello, callers.
Hello?
Yes, you're clear. Carry on. Oh, we lost that caller. Our lines are still open. Hello, caller. We lost that. Hello, caller.
Yes. Yes, hello. I'm online from Bamenda.
Very good. Please carry on. You're very clear.
Yes. I want to remind you that today the colonial delegate blocked all the sheds in Bamenda.
Okay.
And we resisted. And everybody went back home without attending to him.
Wonderful.
And with the forces around, they were ignored. And people went back to their houses.
Wonderful. Wonderful. We're always very proud of our Ambazonian people, and this time the people in Bamenda. We saw those disturbing images where your shops were being locked. But this is the message from the governing council again. Do not attack them, because they will attack themselves. When they come towards you, go home, lock your house, and stay safe with your family. Non-violence is the biggest weapon that would demystify their strength. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. And of course, from Dr. Abaya, we give thanks to soldiers of our revolution. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Okay, we're having problems with the lines. We give thanks to Mark Barita for the wonderful work you are doing. We give thanks to Ivo, General Ivo, for the wonderful work you are doing. Our message is that of unity as nationalists to protect our land. Hello, caller. All right, we lost that. The lines are still open. Hello, caller. Caller, please just turn down or switch off your TV or receiver. We can't get you clearly in studio.
Hello?
Yes. Hello, how are you, sir? You're very clear. Carry on, please. Yes. When anybody is calling, please switch off or reduce the volume completely of your receiver so that you can be clear in studio. We have another call on the line. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, you're clear. Please carry on. All right. Unfortunately, we lost that caller. Let's remember that Mondays are officially ghost towns in the southern Cameroons. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes, you are clear. Please carry on.
Yes. Yeah, we are trying to suggest that how is that our 1st October going to look like?
Okay.
We don't have guns. We don't have anything. How are we going to vote our flag for restoration?
Very good question.
So we have to say that let our countries outside, let them try to come in and support us.
Yes.
So that the Republic cannot do away with us guns.
Yes. Yes.
So all I wanted to ask.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so.
Be very careful on that day.
Yes. Yes.
Bye for now.
Thank you so much, brother. And I think that's a good question. And I'd like to respond to the people of our nation to have confidence that we have a plan in place. We don't need guns, we don't need bullets, but the southern Cameroons will be free on the 1st of October. The principle is declare and defend. We will declare and defend our land. Further instructions will follow. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes, caller, good evening. Your receiver is on. Can you tone down your receiver? You're not clear in studio. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes, you're very clear. Carry on, please.
Hello?
Carry on, please.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Thank you. I'm calling from Ambazonia.
Wonderful. We love to hear from you, brother. Carry on.
Yeah, the message I have is that those reverend fathers and priests who are calling for school resumptions, they should be reminded that reverend fathers do not have children. They don't give birth to children. So they should not force people to send their children to schools to be killed.
Yeah. Very, very clear message.
We are ready. The Ambazonians are ready. We must hold our flag in Boya come October 1st.
Yes.
They should just hold their peace because I've realized that our church leaders are interested in money.
Yeah.
They want people to come and pay school fees because they are interested in their stomach.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Very. But it is high time they have to stand up because we have made up our mind. I am a youth. I'm a young Ambazonian.
Okay.
We have made up our mind that we need freedom. What have they done with the school fees that we paid to them last year?
Yeah.
They have not refunded any.
Wonderful message from the caller to the church. We remind the church that their place in society is to stand with the weak. We remind the church that Ambazonians are expecting so much from you. We equally send a message that anybody who chooses to go and register kids, pay school fees, you do that at your own risk. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller.
Hello, I am called Genesis.
We greet you, sir. Carry on, please.
Hello.
We hear you clearly. Carry on.
Are you hearing me?
Very clearly. Carry on, please.
I'm called Genesis from Tower.
All right. Carry on, please. We can hear you clearly in studio. Sorry, we lost that caller. Lines are still clear. Open. Hello, caller. Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
hear you clearly.
Oh, damn. Lines. We're not winning a lot. Hello, caller. Caller, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, caller, you are very clear. Please carry on. Carry on, caller.
Yeah, Mr. Milton, good evening.
Evening, my brother. How are you doing?
Good evening.
Evening, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I want to warn but Isa Chiruma.
Okay.
That why is he jealous of our channel? It's a mind of CRTV, not SCBC. So why is he so jealous? The channel doesn't want to do for Colorado conflict. It should leave. We want to stay alone. We want to make our own government.
Yes.
So they have lost.
That's a good one, brother. We are told that a lot of citizens of La Republique du Cameroon no longer watch CRTV, they watch SCBC because of the wonderful programs and professionalism on it. So yes, Chiroma gets that warning. Thank you. The lines are still open. In fact, after the ban of SCBC, we had more than 1,000 downloads of the SCBC app within 1 hour. We tell our people to continue to download the app. SCBC, the voice of the Ambazonian people. We thank the technicians. Hello, caller. The lines are open.
Hello.
I greet you, sir. Please carry on. How are you? Looks like we lost that caller who seemed to have heard a very important message. All right. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hello.
You are very clear. Please carry on. Do we have a high dropout rate today? Hello, caller.
Hello?
Caller, you're very clear. Please carry on.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Milton.
I greet you, my brother. How are you doing?
No, fine.
Wonderful.
Yeah, my Unity, we call it from Paris.
Oh, wonderful. From Paris. Please carry on, brother.
Yes. So, I just want to thank Kuna for what you want to do.
Okay.
I will go for local language.
Yes.
Yes. So I want to thank Kuna for what you want to do, especially you for place where you stand. I'll be so impressed with your program.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I get some message yesterday. I read some information yesterday will be too disturbing.
about concerning SCACUF, and I'll be very happy as I don't get you today.
Okay.
Where you day inside it. SCACUF.
Yes.
The governing council.
Yes, yes.
So somebody became some situation yesterday where they try to complain about so many things going wrong inside SCACUF.
Okay.
So my concern with is about so many things that go wrong inside SCACUF.
Okay.
So my concern with just for us, if when they work in collaboration with all the other organs for SCACUF, like the AGC and all the rest, because the guy really insists and try to talk about concerning all those things. The problem they down way they're not fit for solve, and he try to come up why Bohabe be walk out of SCACUF because of something like a corruption going in there. So my concern, I just want to beg our brothers and sisters, especially the members of the governing council.
Yeah.
If any problem be, this one of the time we were supposed to come up. Even any problem be, the brother will come up with this situation online. I'm not thinking a very good thing we do.
Yeah.
Because if there is any problem in the house, we solve the problem in the house.
Yeah.
We don't take it outside. So if you don't bring this problem outside, I don't know now because the problem be too over, you don't overpass, you don't pass when you solve for inside the house. You have to bring it outside or how. But nevertheless, I just want to please make you carry this message back for inside house. We want to try to organize, see how we can sort out this situation.
Yeah.
Make we work one man. Make we be one. I'll be happy. The people when they call back home, they try to give we courage. Now we for outside here where they don't talk, so now we promote them. And then instantly they give we courage. I don't think so.
Yes.
We're supposed to give them courage for which way they do back home. But instead they will now we hate kick ourselves. This one they go out, talk this one, this person don't do this person don't do this. It not be fair for what we try to do.
Absolutely.
Because if we continue like this, we know we'll succeed for this side.
Very true.
So make with brothers and our back, make we try to put our hands together. When we don't get to Boya, we here we set anyhow. That's how we don't get what we want. Now is the time for unity. Let's stand be one and fight this thing, be one and fight it together. When we get to Boya, then that time we can kick ourselves. You kick food from our boot and kick for your own. You kick for the other person.
Very true.
We don't reach for place with one go.
Very true.
So, secondly, I beg something do with Mola enjoy to be talking last the other day for Wakaman story with Dexter. With Dexter, we asked some questions because we did it the other day. So we tried for talk. Say last year, some group of people meet up where they actively go United Nations. So they asked for UN, maybe come up with some list.
Yeah. And
up to today, never get that list. So Dexter be asked, he say, okay. So what happened, you never get the list. The work with SCACUF, say yes, because Dexter tells you because SCACUF get in a better position for fit produce this list for you for saying you can't go back to UN.
Yeah.
So I want just beg say make the governing council try to put out. I don't know if it get for B, but make it try to put out the way we try to push this list for number of people because we said they need some number of people for make it get for take and go back. UN will give you that list, make it bring out the list.
Yes.
Take and bring up for United Nations to make a listing for which we would there for would they out for. So
true.
If we try for sit down, talk with you because he say they in collaboration they work with us. So if we try to talk with you, I don't know if they already go on or not, but they will try to push on this thing, make it go faster than what you would expect and what you would do now.
Yeah.
So that make the governing council try to push middle list as we do the work for on the ground, maybe which you will therefore here will try to follow up or see how we do for complete the list.
True.
The people where they get for carry go for UN. Even before the day where we will get the manifestation for United Nations on that 24th we will wait.
Yes.
So now just my own contribution there and then for thank the people back home for their courage for which way they do.
Yes.
If it don't happen today for Bamenda, we don't hear, all of us all here and we stand on that. We try to give them more courage. May them stand on ground. May they not lose guard. May they not be discouraged with their back.
True.
So thank you very much.
My brother, thank you so much, and we really be happy. Say you recall like a true Amba citizen. We enough wait for see a free Amba land. Pa Mulanjo, time we go UN, they will say make it get 650,000 votes. We represent half the number of Southern Cameroonians where they will participate during the last voting within Cameroon. So a discussion they on, and it will be easy for we for use with country leaders them, as well as with leaders them in the homelands, for raise that number. So they'll be working that front. Then when it comes to the question of people being critical of SCACUF, I think on behalf of the governing council, we don't always be very clear, say we want to be an accountable government. We want maybe people then criticize we. We want maybe people the whole we accountable. But how you do that is very important. You know the problem now, say rather than cooperating, some of the people they don't choose for compete. Rather than action, some of the people they don't choose for to make cheap pronouncements. I would like for address with people them again on behalf of His Excellency Sisiko Ayoktabe. When he become into power, he be called for unity. As we talk, it go around the world to meet Ambazonian citizens, make them unite. The appeal with the GAM for all other frontline leaders then where they choose for go alone. Now I say nobody alone or no movement can free our people. And when you choose for not come inside house, understand how things that they happen, when you choose to manufacture lie them, put them on top of internet because it be cheap. When you choose to go on the road of cheap popularity, it be very unfortunate. As a leader in my own right, I don't always understand. So the best soldiers never criticize their own in public. They criticize their own in the house and fix the mess in the house and go out as one. Now one message. So to every other frontline movement or leader, where they still go solo, and in the manufactured tales, let it be known that there's one governing council leading the Ambazonian people. With the beg when I come back inside house, we'll get a stronger SCACUF. Thank you very much, brother, for your comments. I really appreciate them. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Caller, I greet you.
Hello.
Caller, you be very clear. Please carry on.
Yes, good evening.
My brother, good evening. Please carry on.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I call from Canberra.
Wonderful. Talk to us, brother.
I call from Canberra.
All right, carry on, brother.
Yes, I call from Canberra. Yes, I call from Canberra. You know, I'm not taking my name.
Yes, no problem. Carry on, please.
Yes, I want to tell you now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. See, we don't overturn winner for things the way they pass, and we will for winner back.
Okay.
For anyhow, we there for winner back.
Wonderful.
We don't see kind things the way they happen for this government for today. So, from when they come now, they don't go for village by village. Like I did from Canberra now. So, for one they come now, they don't go from village by village. They announce for people that live for the village where they call B and South village. They made them send other people for school.
Okay.
And they fund them for their own report. We know say as far we take concern for winner back.
Yes.
No, nothing will happen.
Absolutely.
No, nothing will go say school for Amber land.
Yes.
At the call from Canberra.
Thank you.
No, nothing. As far we take for winner back.
Thank you.
And with the overglass plenty for, how we don't start all the things. But say, may all begin them for this time now, may they know our history and may they get the tax education.
Yes.
Any man will see that faith, like you on people the way they see the egg for government, they don't want to come back. Time to reach, they will come back.
Yes.
I did my begin the way they day I win with the school for them, they she don't with my
okay.
My uncle. I don't go take them back, I bring them from my land.
Wonderful.
So I advise all man, we don't tell the picking them all side. May bring them now, we land, we know the take them for nobody.
Yes.
No be that for they get for being independent. Independent to come out for heaven to enjoy. We are overstand, we not stand any man. we'll be there for our back.
Thank you.
All we support where we go, we will be support when we accept this year.
Thank you.
I not get ready to think for talk. Now only say we will get that day way, we will get that independent way. God will send us for we.
Wonderful.
In the name of God.
Where we brought her from Cambe.
I go to call all time. And my own support will get them. Try for what them, reduce them. Yes, they might not send it picking for school. They from Abaland now so from Cambe. And I not think cross paths. They not pick up now across the block.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I will try for advice. Every man, no school for Ambazonia. So they will take back to our country back. Thank you.
Where my brother from Cambe, from inside the heart of Ambaland, what great patriotism. We thank you so much. Now time this we need to teach with people their history. Make a more picking they do self-home study. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller. We unfortunately lost that caller. Our lines are still open. 32 days to our restoration day. Not independence. Remember, we had independence on the 1st of October 1961. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller. We unfortunately lost that caller. The next 32 days are decisive. Hello, caller.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Please carry on. How are you?
This is Suzanne.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Suzanne. Please carry on.
Yeah, this is Suzanne. This is Suzanne from Ambaland.
Wonderful. You're the first lady calling for tonight. Talk to your people.
Hello.
You're the first lady calling for tonight. Please talk to your people. We are hearing you.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, this is Suzanne from Ambaland.
Okay.
Yes.
Carry on, please.
Hello.
I can hear you. Carry on, please.
This is Suzanne from.
Okay.
I'm grateful for you there in the city. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Carry on, please.
Yes, I'm grateful for you there in the city.
Sorry, we lost that caller. Our lines are still open. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, caller. Hi.
Hello.
Caller, I greet you. Carry on, please.
Hello. Yes. Good evening. God bless you.
Good evening and God bless you. Carry on, please.
That man where he called himself in the next people come to talk. That's a ballot. I want to say he didn't build some market. He only something like he wants to market.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Mr. Ndumo is getting that message. For you to seal shops, have you ever built a market? We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hello, caller. I'm calling from Kumba.
From K-Town, Kumba. Please carry on, brother.
From K-Town, really.
Wonderful.
Yes, God is taking care. We are hoping on you people, and we are rightfully behind you people. We know that no things will be right for you people.
Wonderful.
And things will be right for us.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Great message of assurance, brother. Very inspirational. Thank you so much. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Caller, good evening. How are you?
No, I'm fine. I am in Babido, calling from Guzang.
From Guzang. Please carry on, my brother. Good to get you.
Yeah, I want to give my message to Mr. Chiruma.
Yes, to Mr. Chiruma. Talk to him. He's listening to you right away.
That the people of Abba are not the kind of people that they can deal with their conscience anyhow. They are. Yes, I want to talk to Chiruma.
Okay.
Mr. Chiruma, or whatever they call him.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that the people of Amba are not those, they are not any kind of people that you can just deal with their conscience. if the people of North sent him to their own day to fight for them, and then he came and then took money and enjoying. The Amba people are not that kind of people that can just do away with their conscience. So tell Jomo Vincent that if he is telling the people of Roma just like what Septermber did, then he is just fighting a lost battle.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. My brother in K-Town, thank you very much. And to our people, remain very peaceful. Remember, our struggle is non-violent. Make sure your intelligence is there, not allow them to burn our schools and our houses. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller. Caller, please, if you can tone down the volume of your receiver. Can you hear me? Caller, please tone down or switch off your TV so we can get you in studio. It's unfortunate. All right, we lost that caller. Our lines are still open. We've got less than 15 minutes to the end of our press hour. Hello, caller. Caller, can you hear us?
Hello, sir.
Yes, good evening, my sister. Please carry on.
Thank you, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very clearly. Please carry on.
Okay, this is Siri from Germany.
Wow, lovely to hear from you. Carry on, please.
Good.
Your TV is on. Can you just tone that down? You have the lines. Carry on.
Sir, hello.
You are very clear. Tone down your TV and carry on, please.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. First, I'm calling from Germany. I'm Siri from Bafut.
Wow, wonderful. Carry on, please.
So, first of all, I want to thank you people so much for this great work you are doing. It's such a tremendous work, and we can't thank you enough. We just pray that God will bless you all, and that God will bless everybody who has been taking time. For those of us who haven't had enough time to take part in everything, we pray that God will bless everybody.
Thank you, sister.
Yes, sir. I would like to talk for Pidgin, because a few days ago my elder sister called me. He asked and say, "What to be the plan about schools?"
Yeah.
I just want to talk say, no be all man they understand what they happen back home. Some people they still be very lost.
Okay.
Even though he called me from Yaoundé, but he still know what they happen about schools.
Okay.
So he became ask me say, "What to be the plan? May they send picking there for school or not?" So I begin telling say no, the plan I say me they not send picking there for school.
Wonderful.
So wait I just try for talk by this and I say if we get me any man where they for diaspora, begin tell a family for tell the neighbor, say school no they, because some people they still the way they don't know, even though we talk all these things there for TV here.
Yeah.
So some people they still the way they no still know. I want back say me people they help me any man telling neighbor for telling neighbor for telling neighbor say school no day.
Yeah.
Because some people they no still know.
Absolutely.
And then the next thing I say I want back. I know would you put her off for God's hand, but I want back all man. Say more not only they talk about God now for mouth. May any man begin putting knee for ground.
Yeah.
Every day as we woke up for bed, before we go sleep, as you walk up for road, mommy, as you there for your farm, sister, as you there for your marketplace, may worship not come up for your mouth.
Absolutely.
If you say you go wear flag or you go carry that blue line paper, me they catch you. That one keep up for house, but make God prayer, no, make God word no finish for your mouth.
Yeah.
Because this thing what we do, and God don't carry we reach for place where we dey, and only God go carry we go finish them. Make no man no relent effort for prayer. Me no man no stop for putting knee for ground. Make we begin declare. We not the ask God again because He be already do them. But make we continue for the decree and declare every day. More they praise and thank God already for what He don't do for our future. Because Bible talk say anything we hear we talk now He go do.
Yeah.
And He say where 2 or 3 are gathered. That means say if some my sister there for Ambaland, me are there for Germany, another one for America, at the same time we call God's name authority, God they work on it.
Absolutely.
So I want back say if after all the solving of problems, news, information, make we continue for in the spirit very, very seriously.
Wow.
I thank all man. I pray, may God bless all man. May God keep we until we see again. Those of us where they don't scatter, we will live. Finish school, come on, run candy. I would pray one day for go back, go walk the walk where we'll be learn all that school struggle for learn them, for can walk them. So, in short, I'm full of tears. I'm just filled with so much joy. I don't feel external, but I just thank everybody where it put the effort for inside this thing. I thank you plenty. Thank you.
Well, my sister, what a blessed call. The whole of Ambaland has been very blessed with your call. Thank you so much. Mommy, they don't hear. Papa, they don't hear. With brothers and sisters, them, some doctors, some professor, them, whether they drive in a taxi abroad, some one day they watch not die, people, them, they don't hear. And with people, they look forward to going back to Ambaland. Thank you so much. We have another call on the line. Hello, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, caller.
Yes, I am calling you from Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates.
Wow, that's...
My name is Kofi Wanga.
Wonderful.
A.K.A. Don Soldier.
Wonderful. Talk to us, brother.
Yes. Actually, I want to first of all start by thanking you who is standing there for hours. I have not seen you drink water. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, my brother.
I want to also thank every Ambazonian all over the world, at home and abroad, who are contributing to make this struggle a success in one way or the other.
Yeah. Very important point.
Now, I have very few things to say.
Okay.
First, I want to say that on the issue of funding, SCACUF for this struggle, my brothers and sisters, we cannot make headways. I am encouraging everybody in Mezam County, where I am from, to make their widow's mite contribution for this struggle.
Yeah.
Yes. No struggle can ever be won like this without resources.
Absolutely.
We need resources. We need money to fund this struggle.
Yeah.
Our president is moving from country to country for diplomatic meetings.
Yeah.
How do we think he is going about this if we don't dip our hands deep in our pockets and give our own widow's mite contribution?
Absolutely.
I want to encourage every Southern Cameroonian, every Ambazonian here in the United Arab Emirates, in Abu Dhabi, wherever you find yourself, make your $10 contribution every month, because this is the way that we will take to fund this struggle to move ahead.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, concerning this issue of school resumption, I keep pondering and wondering why people keep saying that school should resume. Some of us are graduates. But what we have run out of the country to do out here is not what we were trained to do.
Very scary.
Those who are back home, what they are doing on the ground is not what they were trained to do. What then is the value of education if education does not serve its purpose?
Yeah. Yeah, very good one.
Education is an investment. Education is an investment. It's not an adventure. It's not a luxurious trip. So when you invest in your education, when it's time to harvest, you should harvest. By so doing, I am telling my people that this is a period of turnaround.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
It's my people in Mezam County, in Ambazonia. If we miss this opportunity, we will never get it again.
Absolutely.
God forbid we will not miss it.
God forbid.
So, now my main point of focus is parents, my brothers and sisters in Mezam County, keep your children home.
Yeah.
Keep your children home. Stay safe. Stay indoors.
Yeah.
Like my brother here, Mr. Milton, has advised before. We are in a battle where the oppressor is bloodthirsty.
Yeah.
But as we fight spiritually, we must be very wise physically.
Absolutely.
Yes. So my main point, my main message this evening was that contribution should be coming in.
Yes.
Because we cannot win this battle empty-handed.
Yes.
Those who are backbiting and saying that they should not fund SCACUF. If they don't fund SCACUF, then what is their interest in this struggle?
Absolutely.
Where are we heading to?
Absolutely.
Towards the rock? If they have a problem, if somebody has a problem, he or she should take it up with the individual in the organization, and it should be sorted out of the media.
Absolutely.
Ambazonian problem is not that every house has a problem, of course. Every house has a problem.
Absolutely.
But the manner in which that problem is handled, it's what will determine the prosperous future that will emerge.
True. True.
Thank you very much for this opportunity given us to express our views. And we want to thank the President. We want to thank Mr. Tassa. We want to also thank Mr. Mark Barretta and every other person who has put a widow's mite contribution into this struggle.
Thank you, brother.
Without which we will not succeed.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You've raised some wonderful things. And I have been informed that we will be having a very important call soon. But for my brother, the key things I want to emphasize on. We have another caller on the line. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes, caller, you are clear. Please carry on.
Okay. My name is Peter. I'm calling in from Dubai just to add my voice to a brother who's called from Abu Dhabi.
Wow, we're so happy.
I would just like to say, first of all, that your efforts are much appreciated.
Thank you.
Milton.
Thank you.
It's a great job you're doing.
Thank
and
you,
I want to thank every Ambazonian wherever they find themselves.
Yeah.
We are one and so we remain.
Absolutely.
To the governing council, which you now represent at this moment, I want to say that God is with you all the way because we are praying for you and we're doing every possible thing that we can do to support you.
Yeah.
I want to say that it is not $10 that we have to be contributing.
Yeah.
We have to put in, those of us out here, at least $20 every month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let it go to every Ambazonian who is outside, particularly those of us here in the Middle East, and particularly in the UAE. Make sure you put in $20 every month.
Absolutely.
You don't need to even go onto the website every month on SCACUF website and do that. Just get in there, register yourself. You can directly lock in your MasterCard. Every month it's automatic.
Absolutely.
So you don't need to waste your time. As soon as your salary drops in your account, automatically it is gone.
Absolutely.
So operationally it is cost effective. You don't need to bother yourself.
True.
I know those of us here were so much concerned about time.
Yes.
But then please, there are ways you can use that time correctly.
Absolutely.
The second thing I want to talk about is for those detractors of SCACUF who think that they can send out derogatory messages to distract people.
Yeah.
Please, if you're a true soldier of the Ambazonian freedom movement, you take whatever grudges you have or whatever disgruntlement you have, please take it to the house and discuss. This has people come online pretending to be soldiers of the struggle and washing their dirty linens in the public.
Absolutely.
This is very, very hypocritical.
Yeah.
Let us be very much concerned with the goal that we have, which is to go to Boya.
Absolutely.
If you are a true soldier of the struggle, if you have any problem with your brother, take it to him. Discuss with him. If you cannot be sorted between you, take the next person in the house, not outside the house.
Absolutely.
Anybody, I want to say it very clearly, anybody who takes any problem that he or she has with the governing council outside, that person is not a freedom fighter. This is very clear.
Absolutely.
We don't want to go with this hypocrisy of, oh, let us sugarcoat. No, there's nothing like sugarcoating at this stage. People have given up their all, and we cannot allow people to come in and begin to waste that time about, begin to waste those efforts about. No.
Absolutely.
Let us be honest to ourselves, each and every one of us. Ask yourself the question, what am I doing for this struggle? It's not just talking. It is about walking the talk. So thank you very much, Milton. And I'm very happy that you're coming on frequently now to give our people information, especially those back home. It's a great thing. It's a great motivation for them.
Thank you,
and even those of us who are out here were motivated every week when you come on board.
Thank you,
Thank you very much, and may God continue to protect you people wherever you are, and that we are going to get to Boya just as the chairman has said. We believe in that because we believe that God is leading him.
Thank you.
And all the members of that team.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My brother, thank you so much. The chairman is not only hopeful, he knows that we will be going to Boya. Your message addresses counter-revolutionary forces in our midst. Counter-revolutionary forces will be those who deliberately or out of ignorance prefer to be detractors of our unity march. You have heard the message. Good people fix things in the house, unite when they're going outside, do not compete, cooperate. Good people ensure that when they have personality differences, those are solved offline. We ask our people to stop ridiculing themselves. This is not yet the time to do politics. This is the time to free our people. The mission is Boya, and we ask all our people, including those that are dissatisfied, bring your worries in-house. We're accountable. Is that the chairman?
Hello?
We have another caller. Hello, caller.
Can you hear me?
Yes, caller, we can hear you. Carry on, please.
Yes, Comrade Milton Taka, this is Milan Atam, the SG.
Oh, that is the SG, Mr. Milan Atam. Greetings, sir. You have the ears of your people listening. Please carry on.
Greetings to you from France. I am about to introduce a very special guest, somebody who has been watching your program and wants to say hello.
Wonderful. The Ambazonian people and myself are excited and we're all ears.
Hello, Mr. Spokesperson, Mr. Milton.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm fine. Good evening, sir. And that looks like the voice of His Excellency Sisiku Ayoktabe. Am I right?
My name is Sisiku Ayoktabe.
Wow.
We have watched your program for the first time. We are watching all the way from Paris, France.
Wow.
And it gives me great pleasure to see you and to know that our people are so excited to call.
Yes.
I hope that Yaoundé is watching because we have watched people calling you from Kumba, from everywhere in southern Cameroon.
Yes.
I hope that everybody who's watching this knows that where this power comes from.
Yes.
Milton, you're doing an incredible job for all of us, and we want to congratulate you.
Thank you, His Excellency. I'm your mouthpiece.
This is exactly why we set up SCBC, and just let everybody know that our hearts go out to all of them.
Yes.
We sent out some messages today.
Yes.
We know that some of the members of the government, like the government delegate of Bamenda, they are beginning to join the strike, and they are calling for ghost towns in Bamenda. But we want everybody to know that he is not one of us.
Yes.
And the same goes for the mayor of Mamfe and his SDO. This strike is the people's strike, and we are going to continue to let people know that their only source of inspiration and their leadership comes from the governing council.
Absolutely.
You are doing an incredible job, and we just wanted to encourage you and tell our people that we are on a world tour. The Secretary General, myself, and some members of the governing council are touring the world. We are in Europe as we speak. Now we are actually in Paris. We'll continue to the mainland Europe, and eventually we go to the United States of America. We're encouraging our people. We are thanking them for the support. And we are hoping that somebody in Yaoundé is watching and they'll go and tell Mr. Paul to let us go.
Wonderful. Wonderful. His Excellency, your people are very excited. The message is, let my people go. Is there any additional message for your people? You know they're ever hungry to hear from you.
Since this our technology, since our channel is technology driven, just take my regards and give all our people the good wishes from the Governing Council.
Yes.
And tell them that we are together with them in spirit.
Yes.
And we hope that they will continue to support the Governing Council until we meet in Boya.
Wonderful.
In a not very distant future.
Wonderful.
And let me just take advantage of this medium now to remind our brothers in the military, in the gendarmerie, and in the police. We think the time has come when they have to turn around and realize that they owe a moral responsibility to their people.
Yes.
And we are asking them. We know that their guns have been taken away from them. Some have their guns, but they have no bullets in those guns. They have to remember that where their umbilical cords have been buried, and they have to avoid killing their brothers and their sisters.
Yes.
And we are asking them to be part of this struggle, that they have to provide intelligence so that we know when the forces of anarchy, the forces of Paul Biya come to kill our people, that we will resist them, because we already know.
Yes.
They have to provide us information so that we fight this war, because it's a technology war. I want to thank everybody. Greetings from Europe, greetings from my Secretary General, Mr. Milan Atam, greetings from members of the Governing Council, and we hope that we continue to meet people on our way and encourage and motivate all our brothers and sisters. God bless you all as we continue this struggle until we meet again. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful night. What an august visitor. Citizens of Ambaland, citizens of the Southern Cameroons, that was your own very son and leader, His Excellency Sisiko Ayoktabe, calling all the way from Paris. The message is very clear. No need to buy bullets and guns, because this is a technology war, and that Ambazonia is winning big. The leader of our revolution says the time has come. We must resist. We must resist them. And that our men and women in uniforms and all of our people that have been intelligent operatives, he sends you thanks that you should watch your backs and continue to do the wonderful work you're doing, because we've always been 2 steps ahead of La République du Cameroon. His Excellency Sisiko, Mr. Milanatam, and the whole Governing Council team in Europe, we give you thanks. I think Ananstand as the bridge between you and the people give you thanks. The people in studio are so excited after your call. We thank you very much. Citizens of our land, our people have spoken. Many tools that will beat this government. The sister from Germany called for prayers, that we should pray ceaselessly, because truly this is a God-ordained fight, and this is a God-ordained hour. It is a moment we cannot miss. A brother from the Middle East talked about the need to sacrifice. Fellow citizens of our land, if anybody were to tell you that we're going to liberate our country while sleeping on a bed full of red roses, that person must be living in dreamland. This contribution, or this struggle, needs a lot of contribution of our time, our effort, our intellect, our money. We must sacrifice like we've never sacrificed before. The head of our educational board, Professor Ambe, called for talented Ambazonian citizens to join the educational board as we build a unique educational model for our pupil. And I enjoyed the warning she gave. She said, if you want to come there to grandstand or to show, you are not welcome. This is a time to sacrifice and not to get into politicking or some popularity show. My people have called, and our people have called, our leader have spoken again of unity. Let it be known that from the Governing Council, we have stretched the hand of unity to all fronts. There's no reason why we must be uniform. Unity doesn't mean uniformity. It means let's disagree to agree, but not take our eye away from the ball, which is hosting the flag of freedom in Boya. And I hope this message goes to all counter-revolutionary forces that rather than uniting have been tearing our people apart. We call on all our people to unite. Put the past behind you and follow the message of our leader. On schools resumption, the message is clear. There will be no schools resuming in our land until the Southern Cameroon's Governing Council pronounces a new calendar, and our people will respect that calendar. We call upon all of you listening to become ambassadors and ensure that everybody in every village, town, and corner, including those that are not connected to technology, get this very important message. Remember your white cloth, remember your whistles, and remember that throughout that day you'll be singing and praising your God, and that would go to a higher level at 5 p.m. as announced by the President of our nation and the leader of our revolution. We still call upon the government of La Republique to demilitarize our land, to take their military up in the north and fight Boko Haram. We send a message to the Paro Chiruma, to his president, the surrogates and agents of that government, that if you are to move all the military personnel in the whole of La Republique du Cameroon and place them in every village and town in Ambazonia, our people hungry for liberty and freedom will not be intimidated. We will not give up. We will resist you to the last man standing. Do the right thing. Release all our leaders and our people. Do the right thing. Investigate all acts of arson perpetrated on our people. Do the right thing. Get onto a round table for dialogue. And when you come onto the round table, do not forget that La Republique had independence on the 1st of January 1960. The Southern Cameroons had independence in October 1961. That these are two countries that must sit on the round table as countries with equal power and equal status and negotiate. Negotiate the end of a bad experiment that has disenfranchised our people so badly. We remind our people that the biggest tool to liberate our people is non-violence. We ask upon you to follow the directives. Remember that when you try to feed a child who doesn't want to take your food, no matter how much you try to open that child's mouth, milk or food will not go down that child's throat. The president of our nation has sent a message to Yaoundé: let my people go. And as I leave you tonight, Ambazonians, send a message to Yaoundé: let my people go. Freedom is assured, liberty is assured, the hosting of our flag is assured, the ushering of our people into a land that is truly a land of freedoms and liberties, a land where there's hope, where they can dare to dream again, a land where government is responsible and caring is indeed true. From the Governing Council, from the Southern Cameroon's Ambazonian Governing Council State House, I thank you for listening. Would have liked to continue, but we're out of studio time. I thank you, and God bless you.
Ambazonians, special loyalty. Praise our Savior who granted us the freedom. And legends to the heroes who fought the land we gather. Glory to
I beg my brother for Bamenda, I don't know how una go take do. As I tell una now, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks with na military people that they inside where they dispatch them.